Welcome to the FM8 Quick Start Tour. This tutorial offers some easy-to-follow first steps that will help get you started with FM8. The FM8 picks up where its award-winning predecessor, the FM7, left off and takes FM synthesis even further. FM8's emphasis on ease of use brings a high degree of simplicity to the otherwise intricate process of FM synthesis. The large number of improvements like the morph square, the versatile arpeggiator, the new high-quality effects, and the KORESOUND browser will all be explained in more detail later on in this tutorial. After installing FM8 and starting the application for the first time in standalone mode, a dialog box appears, prompting you to adjust the audio and MIDI settings. First, choose your interface type. Then, select the desired sample rate and output device. Finally, click on Routing to choose your desired in and outputs. When you click on the MIDI tab, you'll see a list of MIDI ins and outs. You can toggle between on and off by clicking on the interface. Finally, click on OK to apply your changes. Native Instruments software is constantly being improved. For optimal performance, make sure that you always use the latest version. You can easily check for free updates with the Service Center that installs simultaneously with the software or directly on the Native Instruments website. The new design of the FM8 interface improves on the FM7 with a fresh look and a host of usability enhancements. The panel is divided into 4 areas. On top is the application control bar. The navigator to the left is for choosing the different editor windows. You can also access these windows by pressing the F2 to F8 shortcuts on your computer keyboard. The area to the right displays the currently selected editor. At the moment, we are in the browser mode. The keyboard is obviously for playing the sound with your mouse. In standalone mode, you can also play notes and even chords with your computer keyboard. You can hide the keyboard, as well as the entire editor window here with these buttons on the application control bar. In the File menu, you can find the usual menu items: Open, Save, Import, and Options. Here is where you can globally enable the high-resolution mode. The Quick Load menu gives you instant access to the sound library. Just click on it and select your sound or use the Load Next or Previous buttons and play a note. The sound library contains over 200 newly designed sounds featuring all functions of the synthesizer. Here are some examples. FM8 also comes with the sounds of FM7 and FM Sounds Volume 1 and Volume 2. You can find these sounds quickly with the KORESOUND browser. Here is the classic file tree view, where you access your hard disk folders containing all FM7 and FM8 libraries. Click on Sounds to switch to the database view. On this page, you will see 5 category columns. They contain the attributes which are used to tag, classify, and search for your sounds. All library sounds have been pre-configured and categorized for use within the browser. These are the same attributes used in Core. Therefore, all sounds are Core sounds and can immediately be used within Core. Let's look for a synthetic electric piano. Combine several attributes by clicking them in the category columns. Click on Piano Keys under Instrument. Choose Electric and Synthetic under Source. In the timbre category, click on Bright. Under Articulation, we want a decaying sound. As you combine these attributes, your search becomes more and more focused. The number of search results displayed on the right decreases, but also becomes more and more precise. The new FM8 sound, Sun Trickles, looks promising, so we'll double-click it. You can now play the sound with your MIDI keyboard. Let's check out the brand new morphing feature. You can make gradual transitions between different sounds with the morph square. First of all, search for the sound you want to morph. How about a distorted synthetic guitar? As another example, we are going to drag and drop 4 different string sounds from the browser onto the morph square in the top header. Type strings into the search field. You now see a list of string sounds in the search results. We'll drag 4 of the sounds onto the 4 quadrants of the small morph square in the application control bar. Drag glass strings onto the first quadrant. High-res bell string onto the second. Soft strings on the third one. And resonant strings onto the last one in the bottom right corner. Now switch to the Easy Morph window. You see the 4 sounds occupying the 4 corners of the morph square. Play a few notes while moving the morph handle with the mouse. You can hear the sound being morphed between the 4 different timbres. Morphing gives you a completely new level of creativity with all your FM8 sounds. Of course, you can assign the morph handle to MIDI controllers on an external MIDI device. Here are some other morphing examples. All of FM8's factory sounds already use morphing. On the Easy Edit page, you can find the Easy Edit macro controls that change the sound's parameters after the morphing has taken place, so it affects all 4 corners. You can quickly tweak your sounds using the parameters of the Easy Edit page. In most cases, the Easy Edit page is enough to customize a sound. You don't necessarily have to dive into the depths of FM synthesis. With the timbre controls, you can statically change various parameters, like the sound's brightness. On the other hand, the envelope amount determines how much the timbre envelope influences the sound dynamically. You can tweak your sound's global volume levels through time with the amplitude envelope. The LFO adds a little more movement to your sound. Play with the rate, vibrato, tremolo, and timbre controls to get the best sounding results. The The output controls, finally, change the overall velocity and sound level, as well as the stereo panorama of your sound. If you like the edits you've made to the sound, click on Apply. When you do this, the Easy Edit page settings revert to 0. But sound changes you made become encoded into the main FM matrix. The effects controls make it easy to change the effects setup without leaving the Easy page. Just activate or deactivate the various effects units by clicking on their buttons. The Amount knob controls the overall effects level of the entire rack. If you click on the Effects page, you will find 12 new rack effects. All these effects can be combined at the same time to produce a variety of professional sounds. Each effect can be easily switched on with the Effects selector on the left side of the window. The effects range from classics like chorus and flanger, and bread-and-butter tools like equalizers and reverb, all the way to a cabinet modeling unit. Or the crazy psychedelay and talk-wah modules. Choose from 48 effects presets from the template menu. Or easily save your own effect setup to a preset file which you can load and use later. Just type in your preset name, press Enter, and click on the Save icon. Choose a free user slot to save your effect setup. You might have noticed that the little ARP button in the application control bar is sometimes on and sometimes off when you load a sound. In other words, the on-off state of the arpeggiator is saved into each sound. Of course, you can switch the arpeggiator on or off by clicking on the button. Open the arpeggiator page with the navigator to see how it works. Load the sound Color of Dirt from the Quick Load menu and play a chord. As you can see and hear, the FM8's arpeggiator is much more flexible than its analog predecessors. In fact, the FM8's arpeggiator can also be used as a step sequencer. Click on the ARP button to switch it off and listen to the difference when playing the same chord. You can easily do this the other way around and add the arpeggiator to a static sound. Load Baby Got Beef and play a chord. Now turn the arpeggiator on and play it again. Your chord is rhythmically re-triggered and transformed into a grooving synth line. Again, you can choose from 48 presets sorted into the 3 categories: arpeggio, sequence, or melody. You can even make your own arpeggiator presets and save them for future use. With the arpeggiator controls, you can easily change the tempo and various other parameters. The pattern editor is the place where you actually create your sequences. It consists of a grid with the columns representing the individual steps. Grab and move the vertical marker to adjust the number of steps. The steps and the on-off parameters can be activated or deactivated by single mouse clicks, or simply by clicking on the dice icon, which generates a random value. You can also reset each row by clicking on the X. Now that we have made changes to a sound, we want to save it with a new name along with some additional attributes. Switch to the Attributes window or press the F3 shortcut on your computer keyboard. Add or remove attributes so that the description better fits the new sound you created. You can also rate each sound individually and color code them. Finally, save your sound by choosing Save, located in the top header. If you are already an FM programming expert or would like to become one, there are a number of usability improvements which makes creative sound design even more fun. Just to point out a few, let's look at the various views of the Expert page. Here you can quickly edit your envelopes and even link them together, making it easy to change parameters individually or in groups. You can quickly visualize both the spectrum and waveform of your sound here. And editing individual operators has never been easier. As you edit, the operator is highlighted in the matrix. You can change operator pages either by using FM8's navigation or by clicking directly here in the matrix. Check out how easy it is to load and save matrix presets. This will really accelerate your workflow if you like to create your own FM sounds. Also, the modulation matrix gives you an instant overview and full control over exactly what is being modulated by what. We hope you have enjoyed this brief tour of FM8 and that you have now a better understanding of how it works, and what's more, that you appreciate the true potential of this stunning synthesizer. This tour has really only scratched the surface. Many of FM8's features simply can't be explained or even be mentioned in such a short time. Please refer to the manual for a more in-depth explanation of FM8's functionality and feature set. Enjoy the sound of FM8, your Native Instruments team.